Brian Schlonsky back with you now on Listens Live. And look, Uber and Lyft, rideshare apps gained so much popularity in recent years, but there's a lot you need to know about that you're probably not told. So here to walk us through some of that is Kaufman Stigger and Jacob Levy, attorneys with Kaufman and Stigger. Thank you both for being with us here today.
Thank you.
People obviously are probably familiar with some of the work that you do,
Yes.
whether it's truck accidents, injury accidents, dog bites, but if we're talking specifically Uber and Lyft, what do folks need to know that maybe they're not being told?
Well, it's a little more complicated if you're involved in an accident that is either you're in the Uber or an Uber hits you, or you know, there can be all kinds of scenarios, but it is more complicated than your normal car accident. So people are going to need a little more help figuring out what insurance applies, to put it in a nutshell.
Yeah, sure. A big issue. And we can talk more about that, Jacob. What does make an accident involving a rideshare app more complicated than just your normal run-of-the-mill accident?
Yeah, so they can be a lot more complicated because there's a lot more moving parts involved. There's insurance for the rideshare. There's insurance for the driver. There's insurance for the other party. When you're a passenger, your own insurance may apply to certain coverages and certain benefits you may have. So all those pieces have to kind of fit together, and you got to figure out where maybe one's lacking and one can pick up where that one is lacking.
A lot more to think about than we probably ever realize when we just sign up for a ride on the app. Carol, what do you think if there was something that you wanted people to take away that say, hey, I've been in an accident as a passenger before, what do they need to know specifically?
Well, you can report it on your app. However, the app doesn't tell you the most important thing, which is to call an attorney that is experienced handling these types of accidents. And we are at Kaufman Stigger. Through the years, we have gotten more and more of these types of cases, and it's probably going to get more popular with Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. You know, there's all kinds of different companies that are getting involved in this. So some of it's common sense. If you're in an accident that involves any car, the first thing you do is assess the injuries, see who's hurt. If you're hurt, call an ambulance, try to assess that first. The second thing, and this is important not to skip, is to call the police and get the police there. I think most people think the police will be there to figure out who's at fault. They do that, and they do a good job of that in most cases, but that's not really their job. Their job is to get your names, get your insurance information, just really gather information and put it in a report, which is so important to do in any accident. In Uber accidents, it's a little more involved because you can screenshot your app. There's differences between you being between the driver being on the job, going to pick someone up, or waiting for a call. There's differences in the coverage that would apply to them. So at the scene, it's really good if you're able to get pictures of not only your screenshot of your app, but talk to the driver, get his last name.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're not going to get his last name.
Right.
Yes, and get his personal insurance coverage if possible. Also, take pictures of the scene, take pictures of license plates. You know, if you're able to do that. But the police do a good job, but they don't always do that, and they don't always talk to the witnesses. So if you see a witness, it's good to try to find out who that witness is, maybe even take a picture of the witness if they'll let you, or take a picture of their license plate, their driver's license even, if they'll let you. But those things may not make it to a police report, so it's good to try to be your own investigator there at the scene.
I think that's a great point, to be your own ambassador, because chances are at the scene nobody's doing that for you. Jacob, I want to talk about, because we just went through with Kara all of these different steps that people are trying to remember after an accident has taken place, and I imagine this is just one of the components of why it's so important to also call a firm and get some help from the folks at Kaufman and Stigger.
That's right, because sometimes you'll miss some of those things, right? I mean, there's a lot going on. You have adrenaline going on. You have to talk to the police, so you might miss some of those things, and we can certainly help fill in those gaps. It takes a lot of work and research and fact gathering, but that's one reason to hire an attorney. Besides figuring out the coverages, is there might be gaps in information about what you know about the accident and the drivers and the parties involved. So we can certainly help fill in those gaps if that information wasn't obtained.
Yeah, and Kara, for folks who have never maybe been through this process before, maybe even only taken a few Uber and Lyft rides in their life, and now they're involved in an accident and they're going through this process with you. If I'm somebody who's been in that accident and I call you, what can I expect as far as the process? How does that go?
Well, the first is a free consultation, of course, and the sooner the better. We tell everyone it is best for us to be able to try to find information right after the accident, if possible. You know, memories fail, so it's best to try to get on it as soon as possible while it's fresh in their mind. But also, we will, like Jacob said, there may be things that the police officer didn't gather. We're going to be able to go and find through various sources insurance information for the driver, for the Uber company, and it's different on every company and every case in every state. It's different as to what coverage would apply. And the insurance companies are not there to welcome you in and pay you large amounts of money. It's a battle. So they're going to need help, and the first thing you should do is call us and discuss it with us to see if, number one, you have a case, and number two, if we can help you. And in most cases, you know, if you're not at fault, we can help you get a recovery for the injuries you sustained in any kind of accident. But today we're specifically talking about if you're a passenger in an Uber. Again, it's really important to jump right on that because of the complexity of those cases.
Great to have that component on your side if you were involved. Jacob, got about 30 seconds left. Where can folks go for more information on all of this?
Yeah, you can go to getthetiger.com. That's our website. There's a number on the screen. You can also call our number directly at 502-458-5555, and you'll get to speak with a lawyer today.
All right. Thank you so much, both of you, for being with us here today. Kaufman and Stigger, the ones to call. We hope you have a great day.